I know this is a very baby boomer kind of take to have. It's very like lifted pickup truck guy to say, but I think we are creating serious social problems by destroying bullying, by eliminating bullying, by killing off bullying for a few reasons. I think that is problematic. Number one, you don't eliminate bullying. You can't. You know, you can't eliminate kids trying to arbitrarily enforce some kind of bullshit social hierarchy thing and fucking with kids they don't like and everything. You can't eliminate that. You cannot kill it. All you can do is subvert it, make it become kind of underground, make it become covert, which ends up being a lot more sinister. You know, it's exclusionary or it's like ironic, um, instead of just like outright shoving a kid into a locker and calling him a slur word or something. You know, like it used to be when I was a kid going to school. You would just get like, you would just get fucking called gay by a kid who was really into Eminem, a guy who was really into Eminem, who thought Eminem was like profound, would yeah, call you a fag and shove you into a locker. Like that's what it used to be. Which is, if you do that kind of thing to somebody, you're not okay. You know what I mean? You're a broken person. I know that's also a cliche, but like something's going on in your life that you're a high school kid, so I'm not gonna go like you're a fucking piece of shit. There's something wrong with you, and I feel bad for you. But that's what it used to be, and now it's like this weird catty, because just like back door, back room shit, and it like I feel like that fucks kids up more. So that's not good, you know. And then most of this is just me speaking from personal experience because like I was bullied, and I mean like really everybody was. Even your bully was bullied by another bully. Like it's a fucking horrifying loop that goes on forever. You Everybody's bullied. And I was bullied as a kid, and in retrospect, and those kids are who bullied me ended up being real pieces of shit, and they were horrible people to me at the time. A lot of them are dead. But no, that's sad. But I owe them a life debt. I really do. This is true. When I was in middle school, when I was like 12 years old, I casually wore a top hat, like just out and about, like a felt, genuine top hat. Okay? Which, that's whatever. People should be allowed to wear whatever they want, I guess. It's not that big of a deal. But think of the implications of a kid. Imagine who that kid is. You know what I'm saying? It goes deeper than that. Like a kid who wears a top hat is not. He's not going to make it, man. Like, that's not a guy who's going to make it. You think fedora is bad? I wore a fucking top hat until kids in and one basketball shorts kicked my ass. Kicked my ass for it. I mean, if it weren't for kids in South Pole polos that were 3 sizes too big, if it weren't for them, I could have ended up being a guy who unironically uses the term friend zone. You know what I mean? I could have been sliding into a girl's DMs about how I'm a nice guy. And like, why does she pick the jocks when I'm a nice guy? Like, I was fucking close to being that dude. Like, that could have happened to me. And, like, there before the grace of God go I. If it wasn't for being challenged to be introspective and then, extrospective, fucking eventually, I snapped and I beat the shit out of these kids. Like, I freaked out, and I'm not gonna say his name, but a certain kid, I snapped on him in a locker room, and it bloodied his nose. I freaked out, because I was just like, it was just like, just ignore it and it'll go away. It doesn't go away. They don't go away, and you got to deal with it. And that's an important growing moment in a young boy's life. It was for me. It really changed my life for the better. I became a better person. I'm not defending bullies. This kid was a bad person then, and it seems like he still is now. Not raising his kids and doing heroin and shit. Like, these are the things that happen. But, like, I don't know. You got to deal with that. It's part of growing up. You got to overcome that shit. And I'm just saying, I think we should. Well, I don't know what you do, because I understand why you have an anti-bullying policy. Like, kids are driven to suicide and all sorts of things happen. But I just think, just from my personal experience, it was something I needed, to get through. And I think you're potentially depriving certain kids who are going to need that sort of shit. I mean, we have guys like Andrew Tate, filling young boys' heads with stuff, with these fucking retarded ideas. And it's just going to go unchecked until their adulthood, and it's really bad for them. Dude, imagine if Andrew Tate was around in, like, if you're like my age, imagine Andrew Tate's around in, like, 2007. That shit wouldn't have gotten off the ground. It would have gotten big enough, the kids started, like, taking that shit to heart and embodying it, and it would have stopped. The public school system would have nipped that in the fucking bud. Kids would have kicked those kids' asses. Who's the alpha male now? Pussy, Like, it would have worked itself out. Nature would have healed itself, and we're fucking stifling that natural process, and that's not good for anyone. It's not good. You need to have kids named Brandon stomping on kids like me, and so they fucking figure life out. You got to figure life out. People are going to be mean to you. People are like, there's no bullying in schools. Great. There's going to be bullying in the world, in the workplace. There's going to be bullying on the street. There's going to be bullying in, when you're trying to mind your own business in a fucking grocery store. What are you going to do? You're ill-equipped now. You don't know what to do about that. You don't know how to tell someone to fuck off. You don't know how to stand up for yourself, because now you haven't had to do it. I mean, learning how to stand up for yourself is a crucial part of human development, and we're, like, removing that part. And that's not good. I mean, you can already see the consequences of this shit everywhere. Everywhere. So, do the world a favor. Do the world a solid. Find someone weaker than you. And just kidding. Have a good day.